Hi Shania, welcome back to counseling.
Hi.
So the last time we met, we were discussing how you're having some financial issues and in relation to your classes for school and how you need to pay for all those classes by yourself. And these classes are very important to you because you need them to graduate. And in addition to this, you said you also talked to your parents about this issue to see if they can help you pay for your classes, and they cannot. And this has been causing you like a lot of stress and you're feeling overwhelmed. So what could we add to this? What has happened since we last met?
So, well, the semester is winding down now, and I was able to get a little bit of help from my mom to pay for the school, and so that took a little bit of stress off, but I had to like work extra to help pay it off, so it's like less stress and then a little more stress at the same time, because I'm trying to not overwork myself and still like get good grades on my finals and all the papers that I have coming up. So I would say I'm less stressed and more stressed at the same time.
Okay, so let's talk about the two things, like one that's relieved your stress and one that's given you more stress. Which one would you like to focus on?
We could talk about the relief of stress first.
Okay, so, and that relates to the conversation you had with your mom. So tell me a little bit more about how that conversation went.
The conversation was me just like telling her again that I needed help and that I wasn't going to be able to pay for the classes, so like there's nothing that I could do about it. And she pretty much, I guess, I would say, I don't think she understood, but she was just like, okay, whatever, like to shut me up type of thing. And she paid for it. All like that.
Okay, and so how did this conversation make you feel?
It was frustrating, but it also had like a good solution, so I would just say like I was content with the way that it went.
Okay, and so after the conversation, it seems like you're more just satisfied that you are getting the help from your mom with paying for your school, correct? And so, did you expect the conversation to go this way, or did you hope for something different?
I was hoping that she would just say, okay, I understand, and like just pay for it. But I still got the same end result, so I wasn't like that disappointed in the conversation, but I was just hoping that it was a little bit smoother than the conversation was.
Okay, yeah. So it seems like you wanted it to go in a little bit of a different direction, but like in the end, like you said, she is helping you pay, and like that's offering you a little bit of stress relief. And so, would you like to transition to talking about what is stressing you out still?
Yeah. So I had to work extra hours in order to pay for my half of what she left over, and I'm still in the process of doing that because like with Black Friday I get more hours and stuff like that. So, but I would rather use those days that I'm off to like do my papers and all the assignments that I have, but I can't because I have to like work more to do things.
So aside from stress, by working extra, what other feelings are coming up from working extra shifts and not being able to do, your final work for the semester?
Just anxious, I would say, because anxious, exhausted, frustrated, just because if I don't get all the work done in time, or if I overwork myself, then like will I have like a crash and stuff like that.
Yeah, so it seems like there's a lot of emotions running around. And so when we're looking at your work schedule currently, you're working extra hours. So would you say that it is causing you more stress because you aren't you're getting your work done? Or is it also like relieving some more stress because you are paying for your half of the bills for the semester?
I would say it's relieving more stress because I am paying off the debt. So, and the debt was like the most stress that I had. So then that's going away. So yeah, I would say it's also helping me relieve the stress, even though I'm getting more stressed out throughout the situation. Eventually, like,
Okay, so it seems like this is, the working extra is in a way more of a solution to like the bigger problem. And then underneath that, it's just the fact that you are struggling to get your work done. So tell me a little bit more about when you do have your free time, what you do with that time.
So I barely have enough free time. When I'm free, I would say I usually just do homework or try to like hang out with my boyfriend or just relax, try to like wind down from the day, because I get home pretty late sometimes. So when I do have free time, I wouldn't consider it free time. I wasn't doing it.
Okay, so you brought up a few things that you usually do when you're not working, like you hang out with your boyfriend or you just try to wind down, you do get some work done. Out of those things, what do you feel like you prioritize the most?
I would say it's like homework and then boyfriend and then ducks.
Okay, so like when you do have off from work, the first thing you usually do is do homework, is that correct? Okay, and so tell me a little bit about like when you do your homework, like how you're feeling, you know, what you do, like how long it takes you to do it.
So when I do my homework, it's usually like, because I have like 2 online classes, so it's usually doing the discussion boards for those, or working on my final paper for my class, because I have like the capstone class, I have like a research paper, and in that class, like it's like a lot of work to do, so I'm always doing something for that class because they told us to like write every day, which is like so I try to do that, or I'm just reading for another class that I have. So a lot of my homework is either reading or writing.
Okay, and what would you say like is your most stressful class or the most like work demanding class?
The capstone, I would say that's the most demanding class because he wants us to do interviews and then transcribe the interviews and then do the paper and get that class like
Okay, so focusing on that class, tell me a little bit more about, like more in depth about what you have to do and how that's, you know, affecting your, things in your, and other things in your life.
So in the class, I have a research topic, and then he wants us to conduct 3 interviews, and they have to be an hour each. And then he wants us to transcribe each one the entire hour. And it came out to like 16 pages for the first one, and then I have to do like the rest of the 2. And then the paper at the end is, oh, and then we had a presentation on it, and then the paper is 25 pages. So, but I can't like do the paper until I transcribe the interviews. So it's just like that class is fun.
So it seems like you have a lot going on just in that class. And so even when you're just handling this class, how do you think that's affecting your other classes and other areas of your life?
I feel like this class gets the most priority, and then like everything else just gets done lackadaisically. Like this class is like the most effort I put into one class, and then everything else just gets, I would just say gets done when it needs to be done. So that falls into like just work. So I try to like hurry up and make the time go by so I can do the homework for the class.
So what do you mean by you try to like hurry up and make the time go by?
Like, because at work, like there's ways that I could just I don't know, I guess have fun or like just enjoy the time that I'm at work, but I'm always like thinking about homework when I'm at work.
Okay, so if I'm getting this right, you are trying to like enjoy certain parts of your life, but you are like constantly thinking about doing your work. And how do you think that's affecting you?
I think it's affecting me. It's making me feel more on edge a lot. Like I have homework kind of thing.
Okay. And so like in relation to, like let's say for example, like you said that you spend time with your boyfriend or like you wind down, how is this feeling of being on edge like affecting, you're spending time with your boyfriend or the time when you try to wind down?
It's like it spills over to every part of like my life. So if I'm hanging out with my boyfriend, I end up like talking to him about homework, or we end up doing homework, and then yeah. So it's just like it's always something that's there.
Okay, and so like you said, like usually when you're spending time with your boyfriend, like you end up talking to him about the homework that you, or you end up doing it together. And how does that make you feel, when you're spending time with him, but you're also focusing on your homework?
Annoyed or like, yeah, I would say annoyed just because I know he's probably like, I don't want to do homework right now and stuff like that, but I would have to. So in order for us to spend time, I would have to do homework sometime within the day.
Has he ever expressed to you like how he feels about that?
No, he never really said like he didn't want to, or he just really pretty much said like he understands because he's in school too.